G'day, Alex here from Tactical Arbitrage, and this is the most exciting video in any of the view series, and this is the final view reverse video in this series. It's the one where we analyze a search and we have a look at some deals, kind of an over-the-shoulder, what would I buy, and what looks like it's profitable or interesting to me personally, and then that might help you in your buying decisions. Now, I'm of the mindset that even if we go to the most popular parts of the internet, there's still profit to be found on these pages. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to go straight to, at the time of this video, I mean, we're looking at the heart of the approach to Christmas. So you would expect that things were selling out quickly and that there was less items on the shelf to make profit from. But I'm of the mindset that even if I go just straight up a toys search, I'm going to find profitable items. So let's just do that right now. I'll use Storefront Stalker, and we'll just go a couple of categories in. We won't start 100,000 scan running now. If I go a couple of levels in, we'll just go 3,000 maximum scan. So we're going like a bestseller scan, toys and games, action figures and statues. I won't put any more selections up here. I'll leave that all very, very, very simple. I will go, let's have a look, see here. I haven't even set store discounts. Now for reverse search, you will go into your settings menu, and actually you'll be watching all of the settings videos for some very interesting guidelines on how to enhance your tactical arbitrage experience. And one of those enhancements is going to be to assign all your cashbacks, your gift card discounts, and your current store discounts to reverse search in the settings panel. So you would, for example, put in the settings, Kohl's has a 15% off coupon right now, and Barnes & Noble has a 30% coupon, and they have 7% off at Ebates right now. And so those discounts, those store discounts, will all apply on the fly as it actually analyzes each of those products at each of those stores. So I've put nothing in there, and there's I don't remember if there's anything in the settings right now in relation to that. I haven't populated it recently except for a test when I was demonstrating the tool, but for now we're just going to skip over that. I'm going to go to the remove section here. You can also, in the settings, and when we get to that we'll cover that as well, you can also assign ranks per category in the settings. For now I'm just going to put ranks over 350,000 with an average of 30 days. I'll leave most of this other stuff alone. I might skip some out of stock products. What else will we do? We'll remove third-party sellers selling products. We'll remove products with an Amazon price of less than, say, $15. We're not going to put very much in here. I'm going to put, though, that it costs me 80 cents a pound to ship to Amazon. I'll leave out the cost of prepping per standard product because your mileage may vary. You may be prepping at home and your cost be very, very little, or you may be using a prep house and it's like $1 per item or something along those lines. Profit and return on investment. Let's say we don't want to look at it unless there's $3 in it, and we only want to keep the data if the gross return on investment is at least, say, let's look at anything over sort of 5%, because we can always drill into it with Tactical Edge to see whether or not there's opportunity there to increase our buy box price in our when we're pricing our items, and get more than that sort of 5%. But we certainly want to have a look at as many interesting items as possible. I do use a prep house, so there's a state sales tax of a grand total of 0 for me. What else do I want to put on here? Show me if Amazon's out of stock. Put that on as well. Nice and simple. Let's just start a scan, and I'll pop across to the view data page now and see what items we get. We can see the little the cogs are turning over here, and hopefully before too long we start seeing some items populated. We can duck back to product search and have a look at the logs if we want, and sort of see what's happening. And you can actually see that we've got items that are being skipped due to return on investment. We've got items that are mostly skipped due to return on investment. There's a mismatch item there. We could actually elect to show these mismatches using the filter up the top there, saying also show mismatched products. You're also seeing the word added now. Now added's what we really want to see. So that's always going to get things exciting, and I'm going to pop across and have a look at what exactly is being added at this point. Alright, some Hatchimals are there. Let's have a look at these return on investments. I'm going to mess around with my columns a little bit. Let's close one of those UPC columns down so we can see a bit more. Let's change the quantity. I mean, to be honest, if the quantity has been set for anything other than 1, there's going to be a different color background on that row, so you'll get an immediate indication that you may want to have a look at that further. Yeah, I mean, that's enough for us to sort of be able to look at it. I've currently got this set up in a way where it's similar to the product search style, where you've got your buy domains over on the left-hand side and you've got Amazon over on the right-hand side. Your preferences may differ. So let's have a little look here. We've got these, so you've got some eBay items there. So there's actually another setting where you can decide that in a reverse search to not bother searching certain domains. I find eBay a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes it collects the item of a product that's already expired, or sometimes it collects the item of a product that, you know, that is a buy and an auction, and we do need to work on improving the eBay experience. But you can, in the settings, elect to basically run all scans on reverse search, but then remove a couple like eBay that you don't like to look at, or maybe you have trouble buying from, say, ThinkGeek, and you might want to remove that from your results as well. So what do we have here? We've got quite a few items. We'll have a look at a few here. We've got that's an eBay product. We've got Snow White and the 7 Dwarves over here. Now, this item is actually out of stock, and the reason why this may be out of stock is in relation to cache. So cache is a feature which tells me that this particular item was actually scanned 14 hours ago and hasn't been scanned a live scan since. So somebody has likely swooped in and purchased those products. And it is a hot time of year for buying things, and so there is a good chance that that will take give a false in-stock notification when that happens. So what else will we have a look at here? We've got this Angry Star Wars game. Let's open up some other things here. We've got Blink. That item just sold out too. It's going to make it difficult for me, I can tell. We've got Toys R Us. Nope. We've got these chipmunks here. Exclusive. 2017 Disney Flocked Chip and Dale. The member price is $26.99. And we've got $26.99 in here. Now it's currently selling for $49.87. Let me try and get a confirmation on that. Okay, $49.87. So what's the price after? So we're looking at $39.26 afterwards. How often is this item selling? So we've got 14 sellers on it, so that's not a lot of people. There's 44% ROI. This is all stacking up pretty nicely so far. I am interested in the estimated sales. We're looking at 40 sales a month or thereabouts. We've got an average rank of $112,000 over a 30-day cycle. And yeah, I can see that the sales are escalating. The Keeper graph is certainly telling me that throughout September and October we were getting about 1 or 2 sales a week. I can tell from just glancing at those spikes, and that over the last couple of weeks, as we're approaching this time of year, you can see that on this particular video it's reaching the end of November, and those sales are starting to just spike. So it's probably good to get some of these on the shelf. I might drill into that with Tactical Edge a little bit and see what the pricing currently is, to see whether or not we've got any room to move. I'm not into the game of pricing 1 cent lower than the seller next to me, and then 1 cent, and just continually fighting for that spot, because you'll cause what's called a race to the bottom. If everybody prices 1 cent under each other, then pretty soon you're going to have this avalanche of prices, and an item that was selling at a very healthy $45 is now going to be priced at $29, and there'll be no profit in it at all. So I also encourage you to price your items accordingly, either match or use Tactical Edge to see whether you can price at an even higher price. And in this instance, I believe we can. We are looking at a $7.71 profit if we price at exactly the same price as the current merchant fulfilled seller. Now, interestingly enough, the merchant fulfilled seller doesn't hold the buy box, and this should be really clear to you. How Amazon preferences the FBA seller over the merchant fulfilled seller when choosing who to give the buy box to. We've got a massive $5 split here from the merchant fulfilled seller at $44.98 and the buy box holder at $49.87. Now, admittedly, seller number 1 and seller number 2 have a bit going against them. These guys got only an 89% positive rate, which means that 1 in every 10 people are giving him a negative review. So Amazon definitely includes that in their algorithms. And similar for the next guy in line, 92%. But then I could say that, that algorithm may be offset by the fact that even the buy box holder has only an 89% positive rating. It's really important for you to keep that rating up, and I can be pretty certain that he's probably sharing this buy box with the guy who's right next to him, only 10 cents more, who has a 100% positive rating. And I may come back and refresh this page later today and find that this 100% positive rated seller is occupying the buy box instead. Now, there's such a big divide in between the merchant fulfilled price and the FBA price that I would assume the merchant fulfilled guys are also getting rotated in at some point. Now, that this is selling at 40 estimated sales a month, which is around 1 a day. Assuming these in-stock figures are correct, these guys only have 1 in stock each. So by the time you actually got these items shipped to you and sent them in, then we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're looking at a week, and you've got all of these sellers gone. The demand for this item seems to be increasing rather than decreasing. So arguably, the $44.98 that you're currently, the $49.87 that the buy box is currently selling at, you may even be able to get closer to this guy here, who's priced this product at $61.98, and he's just waiting. And probably if he waits about a week, somebody's going to have to seriously consider buying it at the $61.98 price. Now, $61.98, when you can buy this item for, and whereabouts is he? I lost him there. But when you could buy this item for, let me just see, $26.99, gives us and we can go along the line here, gives us a $22.16 profit per item. If you move 4 or 5 of those, then there's an entire Tactical Arbitrage subscription for the month, and that's just one item. So assuming you want to go wide instead of deep, let's glance around that page and see if we can find one more. Alright, so we were having a bit of a problem with Toys R Us giving us a false notification there saying that there's, sorry, that item is not found. What else can I find on here? I can see this Kohl's item here is $16.49. Now I want to say something about this. In my settings, I have obviously adjusted the price in the settings. I've probably inserted in there a 30% discount for Kohl's, and that's automatically applied. So this is what I was talking about before, where you can in the settings apply certain discounts to particular stores to say what you will eventually pay and allocate them to the stores accordingly, and then they're going to be funneled through to your reverse search. Let's see how far off that is, because I believe that Kohl's normally does have some discounts. So even though I've got 30% already plugged into Kohl's, I'm going to come across and have a look at the listing and see, because Kohl's usually has their discounts plastered all across their site. Alrighty, so I can see free shipping, extra 15% off with the coupon code SAVEBIG15. So there's our first 15. Oh, it actually says it down here as well. Your price $14.01. Use SAVEBIG15 at checkout. So we're about a cash back and a gift card away from getting that 30%. All we'd have to do is find an additional 7% off via one of the eBay stores or whatnot. Let's go across to Cashbackaholic now. I'll go across to one of my other domains here and type in Cashbackaholic. And we'll duck on in there, and I'm going to put Coles. And we'll go into Top Cashback, and we'll see what it says about Coles today. Top Cashback is a good one. So 3% there on Coles. So we're getting to like the 18% mark or so. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say we can pretty easily find a Raise Coles card. Raise.com. Now, actually, I do recommend a tool called RevROI, which is a Christopher Grant tool. It is installed on my other computer. It's not installed on this one, but RevROI would be with a click of a button, an extension up the top of the screen. It would automatically tell you, well, Coles actually at the moment has available this discount, gift cards from these sites, and these discount cashbacks from these sites, and it really speeds up this process that I'm doing manually now. Anything that you can do to speed up these little things are going to be good overall. I've got here that Coles gift cards don't have much discount at the moment. We're looking at only 1.1% there. We've got a few percent over at Top Cashback, maybe something similar at eBay. So we're looking at about 20% off is more realistic for that particular item. So I would have put that in my settings page when I was allocating a discount to Coles. And let's have a look though at what the profits are. So this is selling over at Amazon for $29.98. So return after fees is $18.43, and the return after my prepping and shipping is about $16.79. So using my 30% off adjusted price, we're looking at 42% ROI and a gross profit of $4.93. It's going to be somewhere in between that. But I am interested enough in this, even though that I've got the incorrect adjusted price put in there by a few percent. I'm interested enough to actually go across the Tactical Edge and have a look at this item further. It doesn't seem to have been grabbed off the shelves by enough people right now, so I'm assuming not everybody's doing all of their homework in relation to researching their cashback sites and their gift cards and their discounts they could put in to see that this item would have perhaps come to the surface. Now, the sellers are a little bunched up here. They've got some fairly nice ratings, each of these sellers. The buy box holder has got the 100% rating, and he's also got 28,447 ratings, and it's 100% positive. This guy knows how to run a very tight ship, and this is one of the reasons why he's holding the buy box right now. Now, at $29.98, he has 32 of these in stock. Now, there's 132 estimated monthly sales on these, so providing that this particular seller doesn't replenish his items, he will run out of stock in a week. Now, above that, we're starting to get into the $17.50 price point, and I would expect it. At some point, as the velocity of sales increases at this time of year, I would expect us to enter into that $17.50 range somewhere over the next week. And out of interest, I'll be popping back to check on that. So that kind of ameliorates the fact that my discount percentage was inserted a little incorrectly. I think that this would be a buy for me. I would need to check it out a little bit more, but it's got good sales, popular item, it's a staple item. The sellers on here start to get a decent spread after we get through about 50 of these units, and is already selling 130 units per month. So it's certainly enough for me to be interested in. That's a couple of items. One by one, I'd want to go through these. Because of the sales velocity at the moment and the buy velocity, there'll probably be some false positives in the in-stock solution. Sometimes the false positive is to do with us needing to adjust our code in relation to the code adjustments made at the source site, like Walmart. So that's been really good when members actually advise us, and I would encourage you to use the support tickets whenever you see an item say in stock particularly if it's a live scan. Like, let me do that right now and see if I can possibly identify a Walmart.com bug at the moment. First, let's just see if Walmart.com has got this item in stock. All right, it says out of stock. So we should be picking that up and saying no here, but this is a cached scan, not a live scan. So how about I just update this product so it goes live? That'll update everything on this row. If after the update this still says yes, and it doesn't, it now says no, which is a clear indicator that we do have the correct algorithms in place to detect a live scan of this and whether or not it's in stock. But had that item remained at yes, then I would have encouraged that member to send me a support ticket to say, by the way, this is saying that this item is in stock when it's not in stock, even with a live update. So anyway, that one is good affirmation for me that Walmart is currently correct. It's set properly for stock and in stock and out of stock, and I can move on to the next item. So, I mean, we covered a couple of items there. There's definitely profit to be had in a very, very popular category in like a 10-minute video. And if I was to go through every single one of the items on this page, arguably I would find a couple more. But I won't. I'll let you do that. I'll let you do your own searches and do your own treasure hunting. I find this the most exciting part of tactical arbitrage. Running the scans is great. Coming back, sorting through. Sure, there's going to be some that don't line up exactly as you'd like. There may not be the profit there. If you're running title matches instead of UPC matches, you may get some mismatches in there. You may find some that just aren't in stock. If, for example, I want to say something about items that are out of stock, okay? Why throw this item out? Let me have a look at that profit. Okay, so it's saying that there's a 50.74% profit on this item. I can see why it's sold out. I mean, it's got a healthy profit. And if I was to drill into Tactical Edge, I may find even more profit in there. So why would I just delete this item when I can save this item into my saved data folder? And once again, another thing that you'll find when we get to the settings is we have a feature called auto update and alert. So you put this into a folder called Walmart to check, or Walmart to get notified about, or whatever, and Walmart toys, etc. And then what will happen is Tactical Arbitrage, if you set it up correctly, will go into that folder periodically, every day, multiple times a day in some cases, and let you know via email whether or not that item has become back in stock, or whether or not that item has generated a more return on investment than usual. You can say, only tell me when this item becomes 25% return on investment or more and is in stock. And when those two flags go off in the system, you send me that email, please. And so then that email is going to come through to you, and or an SMS if you like, and it'll come through to you, and you'll know it's time to go to the computer and take action on that particular product. So everything's got potential, you know. You do get some duds, like I'm sure this eBay one's going to be way off because I normally do remove eBay from reverse, but there's going to be lots of winners, and then there's going to be some to save for later as well. And once you learn how to manage tactical arbitrage, get your notifications in place, get everything across the board set up and running in the way that functions best for your flow, I'm sure you're going to generate a large amount of profit yourself for your own business. Anyway, that is the end of the View Reverse series of videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you now know how to use it all effectively. And onwards for me to the next series of videos, which is going to be on the saved reverse folders. Thanks for watching. Cheers.